Hello and welcome to Sarrthi YouTube channel. Today we have a very special guest with us. Her name is Shreya Singh and recently she has secured AIR 639 rank. So how's your experience, Shreya? How are you feeling right now?
Uh, it's a nice feeling. I'm feeling good, Rishabh. Overwhelming, of course, but yeah, overall nice feeling.
Okay, so her optional is sociology, and so today she has come here in order to guide the student that what approach she has followed in order to score good marks in sociology. So Shreya, please guide students that what approach you have used, you have employed in order to get good marks in sociology.
So this time what I did was, this was my second mains, and having performed really poorly in my sociology optional in the last mains that I gave, this time I tweaked things a little. What I did was I stick to the syllabus and then the previous year themes. So for paper one, what I did was I went through all these themes of, let's say, thinkers. So I completed the previous year questions of Marx, Durkheim, and then Mead, and revised them only again and again, and then made my base material and added on to that, so that I have a very crisp material at the end to revise stuff, and so I could present that in my copy in the exam.
Okay. So she has actually consolidated her base material with the help of revision. Also, she has practiced the previous year questions in a repeated manner in order to understand the concrete reality of the options. So this session is not only for those students who are appearing for means 2023. This session is also being conducted for those students who will be opting optional as a sociology and preparing for 2024.
Right.
So now let's come to your side where you have just started your preparation. So like you told me that you are from engineering background, and I believe it's quite difficult for those students who are from science or engineering background in order to understand society or social issues. So what books or what approach you would recommend to the students in order to understand social issues who are coming from otherwise background?
Um, where to start is that you need to get a basic understanding of things.
Okay.
So, going through the syllabus, seeing what kind of questions are being asked, and then preparing the base material for it. From any source, there are many notes available in the market. So, what I did was I took Mahapatra sir's notes as my base material, and then to add on to that, when my syllabus was complete once, I studied all the material, then I could start the interlinking of topics, and then I took some test series also from the market, and the thinkers mentioned in that, I mentioned that in my crisp notes wherever it was required, and revised them again and again, and that is how I went. But I started with the reading of NCRTs because I was new to
So
sociology.
NCRTs of which class are generally necessary in order to understand it?
I read of 11th and 12th.
Okay, so there are four books, I
Four
believe.
books, yeah.
So students who are, are thinking to opt sociology as an optional, they should start their preparation by reading the NCRT books of sociology. Or you can simply download the e-copy from the NCRT website. So you will simply have to go to class 11th and just select the sociology part. वहाँ पे दो book हिंदी और इंग्लिश में आएंगे, तो आप वहाँ से start कर सकते हैं. So since you have already told that this is how you have done, can we also refer to Nitin Sangwan's her book as well?
Yes, actually, I did that because for sociology, for all the little topics that you have in the syllabus, there is not one source to go through it. So different sources you have to take. So what I did was for the thinkers portion and for some portion, I took help from the thick Hurlumbers also.
Harlem.
Yeah. So the introduction part of Hurlumbers, chapter 1, and then 14 and 15 chapter.
So it means you have done this book but selectively.
But selectively, yes.
Because students generally get terrified because the book size is very thin.
Yeah.
So they believe कि यार ये कैसे पढ़ेंगे. मतलब मैं भी जब पहली बार book लाया था तो my mother also got very worried. So I told her that I have to read only 50 to 70 pages out of these 800 pages. So we have to do selectively Harlambos and Hallmark.
Selective
Then,
Harlambos.
and what about Nitin Sangwan?
Huh. And then for the Nitin Sangwan sir's book also, it is really descriptive. It is really good book. It is in the form of notes only, I would say, for
Okay.
certain topics. So for any topic that you want more clarity on, more notes on that, examples, data, thinkers. So I took help from that book and a lot of help from that book, especially in paper 2.
Okay.
So
Many students have asked us the query with respect to sociology syllabus, especially paper 2 we are talking about. So suppose I find there are some gaps in the book. So can I, refer those gaps from IGNU material as well?
yes, definitely. I would say don't go for a lot of material,
Hmm.
but to fill in the gaps,
Hmm.
to do things selectively,
Hmm.
you can take help from IGNU material.
Like if I want to get my concept crystal clear,
Hmm.
because there are some concepts in paper 2, for example, Andre Bete is there,
Right, right.
right? So I'm not able to understand the concept from a particular book. So uske liye I can go to some another source as well, right?
Right.
But we have to make sure, student, that whatever the contents or whatever the material we have selected, it should be very limited
Very limited.
and it should be consolidated. And not only we have to read content from it, हमें यहाँ पर previous year questions को भी repeatedly solve करना है. Right.
Definitely.
So now I would like to ask for those students who will be preparing, who are appearing for 2023, because there are many students in our quality enrichment program who will be appearing in 2023 mains, and they are doing sociology with us. So now they are already preparing past year questions with me. So apart from that, how many tests should they solve, so that there is something called, there's a threshold,
Right.
that one should at least attempt 2 to 3 full length test or sectional test. तो आप हमें बताइए कि how many tests you have attempted before 2022 mains.
So in this attempt, I did 2 simulations.
Okay.
So
Like full length test.
full length test, yeah.
For
Right.
paper 1.
For paper 1, 2, and for paper 2, 2.
So it means 4 tests.
Four
Full
tests.
full test.
Full test.
Okay.
And then one sectional test I also gave. And I gave less tests because I had less time. I was busy in doing the PYQ.
PYQs, in you were busy. So
Right.
PYQs, how we all know that PYQs come. There is a trend in optional subject that PYQs are generally asked from different dimensions. So suppose in this year the question has come from alienation, from the Karl Marx perspective only. So next year the question could be from the same topic but different thinkers, say Durkheim anomy hai.
Right.
Or we can say that they will ask that compare and contrast the Durkheim and the Marxist view on anomy or alienation.
Right.
So they are very important, but many students fails to understand the approach. So what approach they should follow when they are consolidating material, when they are putting their thoughts into paper. तो उसको कैसे करते हैं?
I would say while doing previous year themes also, you need to interlink the syllabus. That is really important.
Okay.
So while you are writing, let's say you are writing an answer of paper 2, so you have to mention even the paper 1 thinkers in that. You can do that. And that would actually fetch you marks.
So
because
that will help us to gain competitive edge.
Right, competitive edge, and that you'll get used to it when while studying also you are doing the same thing. Like when you are studying, let's say caste system in paper 2, you can combine it with stratification of paper 1. So you have to do these things to get an edge over the others.
Okay. So student, this is what she is here for, that she is helping you in order to gain you the competitive edge. और जनरली मैम यहाँ पर बहुत से स्टूडेंट्स की कंप्लेन ये आती है कि जैसे कि जब वो सोशियोलॉजी का सिलेबस खत्म कर रहे हैं, तो जैसे सपोज मैं एक स्टूडेंट हूँ और मैंने पेपर 1 का आधा सब्जेक्ट, पेपर 1 का आधा सिलेबस खत्म कर दिया, पार्ट ए और पार्ट बी में होता है. तो कैन आई स्टार्ट और कैन आई परस्यू टेस्ट सीरीज देन एंड देयर ओनली, और शुड आई वेट टू कंप्लीट माय सिलेबस एंड देन गो फॉर टेस्ट सीरीज?
See, I would say thoda, it is a bit contextual. If you are up for it, you can write. You will write not very good answers, but you can at least start writing. But after completing the syllabus fully, then you can actually interlink the topics, which is important.
So overall, we can say that you can, yes, for starters, you can start, but overall answer writing practice, it means it should be followed in a full-fledged manner.
Right.
Then when you have completed the syllabus of both the papers.
Both
right?
the papers. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much, Shreya. And it's very, the students would be very grateful to you that you have followed, you have guided them in such beautiful, beautiful direction. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.